I saw people from across the aisle just like going completely horizontal, hitting the ceiling and landing back down in like really awkward positions. People like getting massive gashes in their head, concussions. It's quite a sight, I think.
Dzafran Azmir, 28 ans, était à bord du vol Singapore Airlines qui a connu de très fortes turbulences ce mardi. Un homme de 73 ans est mort et plus de 80 personnes ont été blessées pendant ce trajet qui devait relier Londres à Singapour. L'avion a finalement atterri en urgence à l'aéroport de Bangkok ce mardi. Une première analyse de données a montré que le Boeing 777 a subi des turbulences extrêmes pendant plus d'une minute.
Like in my recollection of what happened, I was in my chair and I think I was resting at that point, but I was belted in and you could start feeling that the airplane was entering some kind of turbulence. So the plane starts shaking, and at that point, like I just know that okay, well I'm just gonna like huddle in, but like it kept getting worse and worse and worse. I think the entire thing happened within the span of like less than 10 seconds. Like it was really, really quick. Which is why like I think nobody could really respond to it. And honestly, I don't think for most people who weren't prepared, they wouldn't really have time to really react and do something about it. Because if I remember correctly, like I think the seatbelt signs were off. There were a lot of there were people within the lavatories and the crew that were working. Anybody who were standing, especially the people within the lavatories, and were the most injured from what I've seen. There was a lady behind me, I think from New Zealand, who was unbuckled, but she very, really quickly buckled in. Like the people who didn't respond or were sleeping were the ones that unfortunately really like suffered a lot from the incident. I mean, the crew was doing their best as well, considering the fact that a number of them were also got injured during the incident. And honestly, I didn't understand at all the full scale of what happened until we landed. Like I didn't realize the things that broke within the airplane, the dents that were made in the overhead like luggage compartments and all the additional kind of paneling above our heads. Like I thought it was just the oxygen masks coming out and then popping out the panel, but in fact, like heads had literally pushed through and broken those plastic panels, and like there's blood and there's bits and pieces just broken everywhere.
Ce mercredi matin, encore 20 blessés étaient en soins intensifs. Dzafran Azmir, 130 autres passagers et 12 membres d'équipage ont pu atterrir à Singapour via un autre vol.
Earlier, when we were taking off from Bangkok and flying towards Singapore, like we start getting turbulence and I start seeing some clouds and start feeling the plane shake. And there is that anticipation somewhat that something might happen again, just like double the bad luck or something like that. But really, in reality, it's like I have to practically keep flying. So it's just something you just stuck up, but maybe I might feel not so good in the future. But things like this usually take some time to process, and I'm still beginning to process it.